I think what happened, what is happening today is a good demonstration of a captive state, because you saw that the city is surrounded by gunmen who are ensuring that whatever they want to happen is what happens. I understand there has been a march in town of public servants, people that we pay, who are the people that are the problem of this country, involved in public sector corruption. So today we have a demonstration of the corrupt, headed by the chief corrupt person, Mr. Museveni himself. It's a parade of the corrupt. And what we wanted to do was to precisely label them, put our labels to say who they are, that these are the problem of the country. Unfortunately, it seems they have succeeded in blocking the whole city against the people. But I think the statement is made that on the one side of the guns are the corrupt, on the other side are those they are stealing from. And it should demonstrate to the people of Uganda that corruption can never end unless we defeat those guns. Because, make no mistake, in a country like Uganda, it's not corruption, it's armed robbery. What goes on is nothing but armed robbery. And sometimes very literally, because you know that the Constitution, for example, does not allow any money to leave the Bank of Uganda, the store of our wealth, unless the parliament, who are supposed to be the people's representatives, allow. That is the Constitution. But I'm sure you know how many times Mr. Museveni has raided the Bank of Uganda without the authority of parliament. At one time taking more than 2 trillion shillings out of the bank without the knowledge or consent of anybody. So what is going on is armed robbery. That is why no leader in this country has assumed power without guns. Citizens have no power. It is the guns who have power. So, change of government is like a change, like you see mafia wars. One group displacing another. That is really what goes on. One armed group displacing another armed group. So corruption can never end. Corruption starts with the people who are being cheated regaining control of their country. That will be the time fighting corruption would have started, when the people of Uganda regain control. And what will follow then are steps that can structure how corruption is defeated, which starts with the Constitution. The institutions, cannot fight corruption unless you have strong institutions. You cannot have strong institutions unless you have a strong legal framework. You cannot have a strong legal framework unless you have strong people, the population. Because you saw, we had a constitution, but because people are weak, those with guns can either neglect it, ignore it, and do what they want, which is the rule, which is no rule of law, or they can change it to what they want by force. So this is the struggle, the whole struggle we are engaged in as a country is a struggle to begin the end of corruption. And that is why, you know, what is happening today is simply a part of every day's struggle. I was lucky to leave home today because by morning we were surrounded, obviously. I had not anticipated that they would come back to surround our homes because it hasn't happened for a long time now. So I was taken rather by surprise. But I think even those who were abroad also had no experience in guarding a place like my place. And so it was not difficult to shake them off because I think they thought it was a light matter to just come and tell me to stay at home. So we were able to go up to Perere at least, where then we were blocked and eventually towed back here. But the most critical thing for Uganda to make progress is to end the focus on leaders. Everybody should be a leader. If they block Besigye and it stops there, then we are still away from liberation. It must get away. You know, even if they block me, activity must continue. Even if they block Mulodi, activity must continue. Otherwise, if we leave it as it was, and that's why I refused to continue that process of, you know, just being blocked, taken to Nagarama, released in the evening, taken to Nagarama. That does not advance the struggle. The struggle will advance when everybody does something from wherever they are. So I am a bit disappointed that, you know, people did not march from all points of Kampala. The people whose money is being stolen by those thieves that were in the center of Kampala should have marched, closed in on all those thieves. Because what the police they had, these trucks they had, cannot contain the people of Kampala. So those people who were cheering us at Kalere, at Imperial, should not have been there cheering when I'm trapped. They should be advancing on the town, and that's really the task at hand. Change the mindset of our people, to struggle, not to wait for as Omulod come, as this one come. No, everybody should be active on their own. That is where the weakness still lies. But I think overall, people know what is going on, and if we are elite from organizing, we shall overcome this. Thank you.